We had KU head women's golf coach Lindsay Kuhl on the show a couple months back to hear about how she's putting KU in the postseason on a regular basis.
That's right. Now we get to hear about it from an athlete's perspective, better yet, a local athlete.
Yeah.
Here's my chat with Washburn Rural and Jayhawk alum Abby Glynn.
All right, Abby, I feel like we have to put a disclaimer on this. You're not switching sports to softball or soccer or tennis or anything over here. The golf facility being used today for summer camps, lots of kids having lots of fun over there today, so we wanted some sort of rock chalk backdrop. I'll start with the obvious question, though. Give our viewers, former Washburn Rural graduate, former Jayhawk, what are you up to now?
Yeah, as much as fun as that sounds, no, I am not switching to soccer or softball, but I'm up at UMKC in grad school for anesthesia assistant program.
Okay, sweet. I want to ask you about, I guess we could talk about your time at Topeka or your time in Lawrence. First, we'll talk about your time at KU. You were there through a coaching change, right? And so how did you navigate that? What was that like? And it seems like Coach Kuhl has really gained the trust of her athletes. How did she do that as you witnessed her be the new person when you had already been there a couple of years?
Yeah, for sure. First, I'll say I'm super grateful that I had awesome experiences with two different coaches because I know that's sometimes rare to come across. So I'm very thankful for Coach Aaron O'Neill and Coach Kuhl. But yeah, Coach Kuhl has elevated this program to a new level that I'm not sure many thought like that could happen. So I'm so grateful for her, and I actually got to go out and watch them at regionals this year up in Seattle. So that was so cool to watch some former teammates play and just see how excited they all were. And day in and day out, she pushed us to be not only better people on the course, but cared about us off the course as well. And she instills trust in each and every one of her players and knows what each of us brings to the table and kind of use that to her advantage and our advantage as a team. And I think it brought all of us a lot closer, and we had a lot of positivity, which I feel like made the difference overall.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen things that you've learned? I guess it may have been learned on the course, but has that benefited you as you moved on to life after golf?
Oh, absolutely. And I think because she still checks in and former teammates that are still friends as well, but just the confidence I have in myself, I think she has a large role in that as well.
Topeka and really Kansas as a whole, we saw Gunnar Broyne just played in the U.S. Open. I think about Gary Woodland, and there was a Washburn and Topeka golfer that played in the Open a year or two ago. Why is it, do you think, that Kansas is kind of all becoming a golf state, if you will?
Yeah, I just think in general, I really feel like after COVID and everything, golf, a lot of people picked it up because it was something you could distance from other people but still be outside. Yeah. Maybe some of the younger generation and girls, like me being from Topeka, and then Andrew Beckler was the former player you were talking about. Just the impact that we've had on Topeka, and I mean, we get pretty good weather. I feel like I was still able to golf in December.
Right.
But yeah, really cool that we can put Gary Woodland on the mat being from Topeka. And
going back to your time in Topeka and even at Washburn Rural, how did that prepare you for an elite level of golf that is the Big 12?
Yeah, Jared Goring, who was my high school coach, he was awesome and really pushed me to be my best and got me hooked up with Josh Naum, who was at the time at Firekeeper. So I started taking lessons from him, and he moved up to Kansas City. But yeah, they have a very large role in my success, and I'm super thankful.
Are you someone who fell in love with the game of golf at an early age? A golf fan even before you were a golfer yourself?
Yeah, not really, honestly. It was more of my dad before going to high school was like, are you going to play a fall sport? And I played tennis in middle school, and I thought about that. But he was like, well, you have some clubs. Like, you went to junior golf as a kid. Like, go try that. And it was rough at the beginning. I mean, I was still shooting 190s, but there was a glimpse of hope in there, and then I kind of fell in love with it after that.
What would your message be for young golfers who are either just picking up the sport, or maybe they're in high school and they want to play?
I don't want to say never give up, but that's so true. I mean, it's always that one really good putt or that good drive, good shot that brings you back. So I would hang on to that and see what you can do. And also find a good friend to go play with. I had Megan Lucas, and who's also went to Washburn Rural and played at Wichita State, and then Parker Beal and Andrew Beckler. They were all great players to come through Washburn Rural, and I'd say find someone to play with that's better than you and have them push you.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, well, if I ever need tips, I'm gonna Coach Kuhl gave me a few tips. She said don't think about it too much and don't try to hit the ball as hard as I can. That's what she suggested.
Yep, she always told me when I was nervous or questioning things, but to tell myself before I hit the shot, like, I don't care where this goes. And that relieves some stress, which sometimes that worked, sometimes that didn't.
I think I might injure some people.
But yeah, but no, she was really good at that and staying in the moment and just have fun.
Awesome. All right, well, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
I've now gotten golf tips from Abby and Coach Kuhl, but I continue to be very bad, so I think I can blame them.
I don't know No,
All right.
I don't